We're going to kick this off by talking about comparisons of digital audio workstations and different platforms that you might consider purchasing. Now, one thing I want to make really clear is that I'm not here to teach you how to use one particular piece of hardware or one particular software package. Regardless of whether you purchase some all-inclusive hardware box or you buy a software package that's made to work on a home computer with some sort of interface box, you always have to have a way to get audio in and out of the computer. It doesn't matter. The underlying principles are the same, and that's what I'm here to show you. For the most part, all of these packages are made to emulate the big workstations that I grew up using, the big analog consoles, right? And the outboard boxes that would go with them to produce audio. So we're going to take you through step by step and show you how the different software packages really have a great deal of similarity, right? They all really, at the end of the day, have to do the same kinds of things. They have to record audio. They have to give you a way to edit that audio, punching in, punching out, manipulating, creating a mix that you can then ultimately put onto a CD or MP3 file, whatever your final product is. And so they have very much in common, and these underlying principles will go across any platform that you consider purchasing.
So hey, this is Ken Walden here, and I wanted to take a second to show you some of the different popular digital audio workstations and work surfaces too. We'll throw a few analog consoles in here. And just to show you how what we're teaching you here in one particular digital audio workstation applies across the board. So for instance, you might be looking at Logic, and this is a very popular digital audio workstation. At the bottom you have track names, you have mute, solo, record ready, input mode, just like you do on so many other digital audio workstations. You have a volume control and a pan control, same. You have automation modes, which is a more advanced feature, but we do get into those later on. Input and output routing here. You have 4 different sends and room for extra sends as well, I would imagine. If not, I'm sure you can bust this off to another channel and add on additional sends. And then you have inserts right up here. So again, just like what we're going to be dealing with in our digital audio software, you could apply that over to Logic. You have auxiliary returns over here where you have delays and reverb returns. So all those same things, again, apply. Same in Logic as in what we're using, Pro Tools. Here's another popular digital audio workstation, Sonar. And you can see down at the bottom, they got these cool little icons to show you what the track is. And we also have volume control right here, big volume fader. And you can see there's mono and stereo volumes for different tracks. We have pan control, mute buttons, solo button, record ready button. You have read and write for automation modes, again a more advanced feature. And if we look up at the top here, you could see that we've got an EQ inserted, and you could insert other things into the chain as well right here. Compressors, and they have a, looks like a wah-wah and a delay effect, even though I don't know why you would put a delay directly in the channel and not send it off via an aux, but different applications might do things a little bit different. You can see over here though that there is an aux return for a reverb, and obviously some of these tracks have used this send section here to send off to the reverb as well. So again, you have all the basic elements of a mixer here that you'll find across digital audio workstations in general. The next one is a very popular DAW as well, called Cubase by Steinberg. And again, you're going to find the same controls. You got track name down here, you've got your volume fader, mute, solo, record ready. I would imagine that the W is for writing automation. You've got your level control here. And you can see over here, they lay it out a little bit differently. And a lot of these applications also have multiple ways to look at the information. So you have different track views, just so you can see things and customize things the way you want. But you can see here, there's a bunch of inserts that you could put on a given track, and of course sends as well. So same thing here as with any of our other ones. Very popular for the Mac platform actually, GarageBand. And you can see here, this is like the edit window that you would find in the DAW that we're using, but every DAW also has an edit window that looks very similar to this. usually a mix window and an edit window. That's very, very popular to find, or some way to do those functions from the edit window like you're finding here. So you have an icon to tell you what the name of the track is, to give you a clue there. You have the track name. You have the ability to solo and mute the track over here. You have a pan control, and then you have a volume fader right there. Now this one's a little bit different, is when you select on a track, then you go over here under details. You see there that you could apply effects like a noise gate, compression, an amp simulation, things like that. So again, all of those inserts, as they would be called in other applications here, they have under their effects thing. So effects for a given track, and the ability to find those effects and stuff in this little browser up here. Now, down below here, you also have sends to send off to a reverb and an echo. So there would be your effects sends. And all your basic stuff like controls for playing and stopping and recording are in the center section here. So again, very similar to other DAWs. Another popular digital audio workstation, Nuendo, also by Steinberg, and this is their edit window. There's a different window we have here, but you can see the edit window is laid out with different tracks going top to bottom, and mute and solo control, record ready, automation right, you know, your standard buttons there that you would find, and there's a little level meter there. And if we look at this second window, you can see all the mixer functionality that we've seen before. Again, you've got solo, mute, you've got your volume control, you've got your pan control right here in this little window, you got your track name down at the bottom, and then you have inserts and sends. So again, with every digital audio workstation and analog surfaces, if we look at a big analog surface, which we do later on in the series, we look at some of the biggest analog consoles on the planet, you're going to find the same features on those particular consoles, on every console. The huge advantage you're going to find with the digital audio workstations is often they'll have more sends, more insert points, and the ability to automate everything, which is really difficult to find on large-scale consoles. Even large-scale consoles that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're not going to find that flexibility. So we wanted to really clearly illustrate the point that regardless of what software you're using, even if you didn't see it here in this short list of digital audio production software packages that we just showed you, you're going to find the same features again and again and again.